Peggy 16.
Hello and welcome to Battlefleet Gothic Armada, a new RTS from Tindalos Interactive based on Games Workshop's much-loved tabletop game. Take to the stars with fully customizable Imperium, Chaos, Orc or Eldar fleets across multiple game modes and a full single-player campaign, where you'll unlock and customize ships, even leveling up your commanders from Port Moore. The world's first RTS game built in Unreal 4, Battlefleet Gothic Armada recreates in detail the ships of 40k from hundreds of meters to 8 kilometers long, pitting them out in solo and multiplayer skirmishes. Each faction has its own strengths and skills. The Imperium are heavily armored with a lot of torpedoes, powerful macro weapons, and harness the awesome Nova Cannon. The Chaos are fast with longer range than the other factions, utilizing powerful lances. The environments in Battlefleet Gothic also house many hazards and also opportunities. Position a ship behind the debris of a destroyed opponent to avoid a barrage of enemy torpedoes, or fly between an asteroid field as cover against projectiles. Hide within gas clouds, which makes it difficult to be hit. Damage is compartmental, and the skills you have at your disposal rely on the functionality of the responsible area of the ship. When damaged, the skill will not be usable and you'll either have to fight with your remaining skills or, if possible, warp out of the fight and return minutes later having undergone repairs. Some of the many ways to damage ships include micro abilities, which are offensive attacks activated when an enemy ship is in range, such as boarding parties from the launch bay, torpedoes, the Nova Cannon, and many more to come. The movement of ships could be manipulated by prioritizing maneuvers, increasing speed all ahead full, or by making high-energy turns and even ramming the opponent. Ship detection also plays an important role, with probes and jammers able to detect or hide your ships from the enemy. Many of the skills in Battlefleet Gothic require careful positioning and planning in order to land a connecting blow, making management of ship movement an all-important part of the victory strategy. That should introduce you to the very basics of Battlefleet Gothic, but why don't we take a look at something more chaotic? The marks of chaos are present and will have a dramatic effect on your attributes and skills. Feel the impact of Nurgle, Sinch, Slaanesh, and Khorne. Those Chaos ships are led by Abaddon the Despoiler, War Master of the Black Legion at the head of the 12th Black Crusade with his Planet Killer able to destroy an entire planet. Battlefleet Gothic is coming to PC 2016. Stay tuned for more.
Attention Admirals, welcome to Battlefleet Gothic, the new space RTS set in the Warhammer 40k universe. As Chaos forces are making a breakthrough in the Gothic sector, it is time to introduce you to the ships that will compose your fleet in the upcoming battle against Abaddon the Despoiler. From the smallest of our sword-class frigates to the larger Imperia-class battleships, the Imperium Navy fields the staple of mankind's technology. Frigates and destroyers, light cruisers and battle cruisers, and finally, battleships. These vessels may not be the fastest, but they all embark serious firepower. Along with strong void shields and thick armor, millennia of war against the countless enemies such as the traitor legions, the Orcs, and the Eldar taught the Imperium to be versatile. And so your ships allow quick adaptation to any kind of encounter or battle situation. Your targets will be shredded by your barrage of torpedo strikes, or if your ships are equipped, devastating Nova cannon blasts. Your powerful broadside armament of micro cannons and lance batteries will make short work of the survivors. As a last resort, remember these ships are well armored and can take quite a beating. This means that ramming your prow into the hull of an enemy ship can be a surprisingly effective tactic, especially if your target is of a smaller class. Your ship's warp drives can also be upgraded to achieve micro warp jumps. Use this to your advantage, either to quickly get out of harm's way or to catch up with the fleeting enemy, or to surprise them by setting your ship on a collision course. Battlefleet Gothic Armada warps in on PC beginning of 2016. Dismissed.
If what you say is true, Captain Spire, a vast Chaos fleet is massing for attack. Inquisitor Horst, are you sure of this man?
His faith will be tested thoroughly. The enemy we face is no ordinary foe.
I will not fail you, Inquisitor.
There is much to do and little time, Admiral Spire. I fear a storm coming to the Gothic sector. One we are not yet prepared to face.
Welcome to Battlefleet Gothic, the new space RTS set in the Warhammer 40,000 universe. The Chaos Warfleet has finally emerged from the Eye of Terror, ready to invade the Imperial worlds of the Gothic sector. These are the ships that will make the bulk of your Chaos fleet in the 12th Black Crusade of Abaddon the Despoiler. Chaos ships are a twisted reflection of their Imperial Navy counterparts. Their design may be older than those of the Imperium, but they are by no means less deadly. Their ships are not as sturdy, nor are their weapons as powerful, but they are faster and their engagement range longer, thanks to the longer reach of the lance batteries. The stasis bomb works well in synergy with these traits, trapping the enemy ships and their ordnance while not affecting your own lances. Astute Chaos Admirals will be able to inflict considerable damage to the enemy fleet before they even return fire. If the gods of Chaos deem you worthy, they may grant you their favor. Khorne, Slanesh, Tzeentch, and Nurgle. Each of the Chaos marks give different bonuses and new abilities to your ships, while warping their hull along with their crew. The might of the Chaos Warfleet knows no bounds, thanks in no small part to its enormous planet killer, Abaddon's Admiral ship, Light of the Gothic sector. The 12th Black Crusade begins early 2016 in Battlefleet Gothic Armada.
Welcome to Battlefleet Gothic Armada, the new RTS video game adaptation of Games Workshop's classic tabletop game, pitting the Imperium, Chaos, Orcs and Eldar against each other in visceral space battle. The ships of Battlefleet Gothic are miles long, and the larger battleships are weighty and perilous. Fight in multiplayer, flanking the enemy, carefully aligning your path with that of the target to launch a salvo of torpedoes, or to violently ram them or sliding close to expose your broadside cannons and unleash a barrage of heavy fire. Every action has weight and inertia. Mistakes will rarely be left unpunished by your opponent. Maneuvering and positioning in Battlefleet Gothic is one of the many keys to success. Made in Unreal 4, Battlefleet Gothic Armada offers management of every ship composing your fleet, both during and between battles. With different skills and abilities, customize all aspects of your ship, whether it's crew for weaponry or repairs, or new skills such as the Auger Probe or Micro Warp Jump. You'll be able to add more as each ship gains levels. Each faction also has access to 4 different favors, granting both passive and active abilities, also changing the appearance of the ships, marking their elite status. Mixing all of these options allows the player to grant each ship a specific role, enabling commanders to build fleets to match their playstyle and perfectly counter the enemy. Hone multiple playstyles to manage Battlefleet Gothic Armada's various game modes. Convoy Escort, Space Station Assault, Breakthrough, Data Recovery, Assassinate, and even the classic Planetary Assault. You'll have to select ships that best fit the build. The campaign in Battlefleet Gothic Armada takes place as you protect the sector from the 12th Black Crusade of Abaddon the Despoiler. Systems in the Gothic sector will be repeatedly attacked by Abaddon's fleets, as well as the brutal Orcs and enigmatic Eldar. Defend them for unique bonuses and watch as the story branches depending on your choices. Battlefleet Gothic is coming to PC at the end of March.
Looking down the barrel of a gun, in Java. Through big shorties and this one will give us some fun. 14 hawks on a cooling ship, killing anything that's rude. Racing at you, Java. Through big shorties, times are getting in. Everything in this part of space belongs to the Orcs. Full speed! One lone Orc left to steal the loot, wishing it hadn't turned out so. Through big shot teeth said I should have let the pilot go. Ranting at each other. Through big shot teeth said I was the one that saw it first. Your little toy ships are no match for Orc technology. Every screen's gone red! That means I'm super fast! Ducka ducka ducka! Orcs on a dead man's hulk, looking down the barrel of a gun, grunting at each other. Through big shot teeth and this one will give us some fun. Hi! I'm the big boss leader, and all these boys answer to me!
We have come to bring death to the primitives!
Stop destroying me ship! That's an order!
All weapons fire at will! For Kayla Mensha K!
You have a crude grasp, at best, of void combat strategy. I should not have expected much from your primitive race. It is a pleasure to meet you in person. After all,
The Emperor is with you, isn't he?
Today, the Emperor is watching us. Today, we will show the Imperium that the Imperial Navy never falters in the path of its duty. We are the rulers of the stars, and each of your ships is a vengeful sword that can cut off the despoiler's head. Into the jaws of death, into the mouth of hell.
Ship is infested by demons! Chaos troops are on every deck! The tech priests are overloading the warp engines! We will destroy the ship and take the enemy with us! It is better to die for the Emperor than to live for yourself!
The enemy fleet is maneuvering for a heavy assault. Prepare yourselves.
Tremble, for chaos comes! Let the galaxy burn! Our troops rampage through the enemy ship!
Ship crippled, Admiral! Disengaging from battle! We have suffered heavy losses. We can't last much longer against the Chaos reinforcements.
Attention! Slaves of the false Emperor! Your pathetic last stand will fail!
We are the defenders of humanity. We are the Emperor's blazing sword and the Imperium's crushing fist. Hundreds of billions of hands ready to die for our mission in the cold, unforgiving space. We are the Imperial Navy. Chasing the arch-heretic and his planet killer towards the Eye of Terror is the greatest test I have ever faced. But my soul is armored in faith. The Imperial Creed guides me, banishing all doubt or regret. The Emperor stands with us, and I have felt the purity of his righteousness. I have witnessed his glory burn away the darkness. I have seen the Imperium's indomitable ferocity unleashed upon its countless enemies. I saw courage and honor displayed in the Emperor's name. I saw the unwavering loyalty and righteousness that he inspired. No fortress could withstand the Emperor's wrath. No fury could overcome his protection. The Emperor's light cleanses even the darkest corruption, sunders even the strongest curse. His glory brings salvation to those who embrace his ideals. Even the fallen are offered a chance of redemption in the Emperor's service. Through death, sacrifice, duty, honor. These are what the Emperor requires of us.
We have located Solar Admiral's spire. He is gravely injured. Send the sanguinary priest. We cannot allow Abaddon to escape. Let our enemies tremble, for the angels of death have come to join the hunt. We shall know no fear.
After decades of research from the Earthcast's finest minds, we've never been this close. Our Empire's most ambitious military project, the Kor-Vesh Initiative, the promise of expanding our borders to new worlds, the confidence of enlightening distant civilizations with our philosophy. Let none doubt that the Tau Empire will bring unity to all, Let none doubt that now is our time. The trap is set. Gravitic launch a battery. Fire! Railguns, fire! For the greater good!
Feel the wrath of the Imperial Navy!
Auxiliaries, now!
Demiurge Brotherhood responding. Open fire. Not as tough as they thought.